Have you ever seen a gorilla change a tire? A small truck broke down on the road with a flat tire, but the driver couldn't even change it. He couldn't get a single screw loose. This made the gorilla extremely frustrated. It was baffled by how foolish the driver was. After gesturing for a while, it signaled the driver to let it out so it could help. The driver, seeing the gorilla, just laughed. After all, he couldn't do it himself, so he let the gorilla out. To his surprise, the gorilla actually knew how to change the tire. It expertly used the jack to lift the truck and easily change the tire. Then, it sat down with a thud and casually tightened the screws. The driver was left speechless, utterly impressed. What the driver didn't know was that this gorilla was actually an imposter. It was none other than Jack, a wanted criminal who had scammed a bank out of $7 billion in loans and refused to pay it back. His wife had come up with the idea for him to disguise himself as a gorilla and escape the country. The driver, believing the gorilla was real, didn't suspect anything, and the earlier scene played out. But before Jack could even catch his breath, the truck stopped again. This time, it wasn't a flat tire, it ran out of gas. Jack nearly lost it. How could a driver not fill up the gas? But the driver shrugged it off and said there was a gas station ahead. He then instructed Jack to get out and push the truck, promising they would be on their way soon. He unlocked the cage, and Jack, desperate to escape as quickly as possible, pushed with all his might. But the truck didn't budge. Jack ran to the driver's seat and nearly exploded in anger. The driver hadn't even released the handbrake. Seeing Jack's furious expression, the driver quickly apologized and released the handbrake. Finally, the truck started moving. However, just ahead was a downhill slope. The driver happily sang along, completely forgetting about Jack, who was pushing behind the truck. As the truck sped up, Jack could only wave his arms, hoping the driver would notice. In the end, he was left behind, sent rolling off the road. Just then, Jack looked back and saw a bicycle coming from a distance. He immediately jumped on it and started riding. This left the drivers on the road completely stunned, a gorilla riding a bicycle on the highway. Fortunately, the gas station was just ahead. The driver stopped to refuel, and Jack quickly tried to stop the bicycle, but the brake was broken. Jack froze for a moment, but in the end, he rushed to catch up with the truck. Though he ended up falling and making a mess of it, he finally got back in the cage. Just when he thought the trouble was over, a new problem arose. After refueling, the driver realized he had no money. At this point, Jack was utterly speechless. Was he expected to pull money out of his own pockets?